Keynes is a growing and prosperous city, but there are still areas of deprivation which draw heavily on public funds. Since 2003, the Community Mobiliser service has been commissioned to increase local activity in 9 targeted areas across the city, which are still often described as deprived. In this film, we want to show you how this unique Milton Keynes initiative is enabling community members to take a greater role and responsibility in their lives, providing services and even developing their own businesses. The benefits of this service are told by a few of the people whose lives have been transformed by it. It's Tuesday night in a school hall in Bradville, and Shelley is running her community aerobics class.
I was at home with the 4 kids, husband went to work, and it was just same stuff every day, really. I was involved in a lot of the community stuff. I went to the children's centre, I came over to the drop-in, and I met some people, but it wasn't as exciting as it is now. Being a mum is very important to me, but there was something else to do for me. So I decided to become a fitness instructor. So I spoke to the Community Mobiliser. She put me in the right direction, told me where to go, what to do and who to do it with. So that's what I decided to do, become a fitness instructor. And it turns out there was a course at the local college. And as soon as I qualified, it wasn't the end of the story, it was just the beginning, but I was stuck. I had this new qualification I couldn't do anything with because I didn't have any funding to back me up. And then the Community Mobiliser went to the MKCVOs for funding, so they actually funded my first year's liability insurance. That enabled me to just go out there and do it. The local mobiliser for this area even came to my exams to make up my numbers so I could even qualify to be a fitness instructor, to be where I am now. So really, from start to now, they've just been paramount. And yeah, I'm so much more happy, definitely.
Sandra would admit that her day used to consist of doing the school run and then filling the rest of her day sitting on Facebook.
How did I get involved? I met a mobiliser at Keynes School and told her I'd like to volunteer and got involved through there at the allotment. Because having moved from Albrook 3 years ago, I needed to meet new people. And through Joe I've met new people. The allotment just gets people together, gets me out of the house to meet new people and gets other people from different organisations in Milton Keynes together. Got new friends, all different types of friends, from all different backgrounds, and it's fun. Mobiliser gave me links to other organisations that could help me in my career change. Saplings is a family centre for families with children under 5 from all different backgrounds, and working with children and families is something I've always wanted to do, and from that I can give them my experience of my children, but I can also gain valuable experience and maybe qualifications to get back into paid work, which I'd like to do. But I'll still work, wherever I work, I'll still be involved in the allotment, whatever happens, I'll still, if it's 1 day a week or 5 days a week, I'll still go over there at some point.
This is Terry, an ex-offender and recovering alcoholic, presenting at the MK Dons Stadium on behalf of the prison service to an audience of professionals and organisations.
Meeting the Community Mobiliser has been absolutely instrumental in basically getting me off my backside. It was just Anne that volunteered me for to do the presentation at the Dons Stadium for the prison service. And that has been a catalyst for these other projects that I've been asked to get involved in. So without Josanne, I'd probably still be sitting at home doing absolutely nothing. When I came back to Tinker's Bridge, I noticed that people were actually starting to work together, and I suppose that in a way has inspired me to give a little bit back. I'm more likely to get involved now than I would have been before I started coming to the drop-in. I suppose The biggest thing that I get out of it is, it gives me something to do. Being unemployed at the moment, spare time's a bit of a bore, and it's given me a sense of that I'm actually worth something now. Community Mobilisers are transforming Tinkers Bridge. The community would definitely suffer if Josanne wasn't around. She's mobilised me.
Charlotte lives on Fishermead and is taking her first steps out of her house and into her community.
Before I got involved in the community, I'd take my children to school, I'd come home, pretty much just stay in all the time really, nothing. I didn't know of many activities in the community, I didn't know many people in the community, so I'd come home, just keep myself to myself really. The thing that helped me go was my health visitor, and then obviously meeting the community mobiliser through at the school in the playground. I got involved in the activities at the schools, all the sports activities, the craft, and then I've done a carers course. I found that out through the community mobiliser, and she gave me a flyer. And then I'm starting volunteering through the children's centre to do different roles in the community. My ambitions are maybe to do the same role as a community, or help with the role of a community mobiliser, doing the activities, because I've enjoyed helping when I have. I don't think I could do it on my, or any parent could do it on their own, because it's like bringing a community together. I think having a community mobiliser can make a big impact on an estate.
And finally, my story. I live on Fuller Slade, and thanks to the support of the Community Mobiliser, I and others are starting to transform our community. Wouldn't it be really nice if this was a community that could be predominantly self-sufficient? Everybody that I've met has got some skill, or another. Whether or not it's me taking minutes, or I'm an ideas person, so I have lots of ideas going on, to somebody who's a hairdresser, could cut somebody's, having a hairdressing business for local people, to somebody who is passionate about their cooking skills and can make fantastic cakes. There's so many different things that this community's got, and it's how do we draw on those skills and those gifts that people have got to offer, that some of them don't even realise they've got, that the community as a whole can use. Our community mobiliser has been able to just, has seen my ideas or my thoughts and has just brought them back together of how, you've got this thought, Nikki, how are we going to achieve it? The best way I can describe their role is acting as that bridge between the dream and the reality. I could tell you that community mobilisers support communities to deliver 1,500 activities with 25,000 attendances and had 5,000 volunteer hours in this year alone, but that's just numbers. The real difference that make mobilisers unique is that they listen. Their approach is to support people in the community, people like me, to take control of their lives, and they understand that the biggest resource in any community is the people who live there. For a lively community to exist, people need to feel confident within themselves, knowledgeable about the things that surround them, and connected with others who share the same interests. This way, they can make positive changes within their lives. For me, this would not have happened without their support. The Community Mobiliser enabled me to feel more confident and part of the community that I live in. It is important to recognise and celebrate the people whose lives have been transformed in this way, and to acknowledge the central role that the Community Mobiliser played along the way.